Hey y'all, welcome to the channel once more. Today I am going to be entitling the video of today a special one. No matter how much we encourage you to start a business in Africa, there are certain things that if we don't tell you or raise your awareness to them, your business will be doomed to fail. In this video, I am going to be walking you through those things you need to do in order to make your business a success in Africa. So if you're planning on starting any business in Africa, this is definitely the video you need to watch with a lot of attention until the end, because I am going to be giving a bonus at the end of this video and I bet you won't want to miss it. And I can also guarantee you that if you watch this video and implement everything I am telling you in this video, you are sure to make your business a success in Africa, because some of the things I would have learned the lesson myself the hard way, and some I would have learned from others' mistakes. So this video is actually going to be a premium guide to a successful business in Africa. But before we do that, there's no way I could proceed with this video without taking our time to thank you guys so much for your participation on the channel. For this past week, we've gotten over 2,000 shares just from you guys, okay? You guys love the machine videos so much, the agricultural videos so much, and the products that sell like wildfire in Africa, and you guys shared them a lot. You guys really wowed us. From our weekly recap from YouTube, just last week, we recorded 2,396 shares with 2,348 likes. This is so amazing, guys. I can't thank you guys enough, okay? For this is the first time that I'm noticing on YouTube that shares could actually exceed likes, and it is so impressive, okay? YouTube actually congratulated us, and I can't thank you guys enough. The growth is amazing, and we are almost hitting 100 subscribers, and we can't do that without you. So like I said in my previous video, we would love you guys to take the channel to 100 subscribers before Christmas, okay? That will be our Christmas gift from you. That said, let's proceed with the video. And the main reason why I am making this video is to ensure that everyone who embarks on any video idea I have given on this channel should actually be successful. And sorry to say this, I am going to be very blunt in this video, because my objective is to make sure you know exactly why you have to apply all of these things I am going to be talking to you about in this video. So I am not going to be sugarcoating anything. So I am going to be hitting the nail exactly where it fits. If you are new to the channel, my name is Chick, and my mission is to make sure that you attain your financial independence as soon as possible. You are watching Africa Today, and we are starting right now. So the first advice I would be giving you, and that you should really consider, is paying your workers per percentage, or paying them per input. This is simply because most African workers don't really care. Yes, in most African countries, workers are paid every 30 days, so monthly, and they are paid at the end of the month. So generally, workers don't really care to put their best, because they know that whatever the case, they are going to be receiving a salary at the end of the month. So basically what you need to be doing is change that salary end of month mentality that they have, because it makes them lazy and gives them this sense of entitlement. So basically what I mean is pay them a percentage of what they bring into the structure as a whole, okay? Figure it out with them according to what suits you, okay? It could be 30% of what they bring in, or 40%, or even 50%, I don't know, but figure it out with them according to how it suits both partners. Let's take, for instance, a case where a worker brings in $1,000 per month into your structure as sales. You could maybe be paying them, let's say 30%, which would be something like $300 or so. And yeah, it all depends on the income they bring into the structure and what you guys are going to be agreeing on, okay? This is something I learned the hard way, and also from a friend of mine who used to work in a barbing studio. So basically what that man did was make his workers know they are going to be earning a percentage of whatsoever they bring into the structure, okay? So basically a hair shave at his salon was about $8, and he gave his workers a whooping $3 for every $8 they worked for by shaving a client. And this friend of mine really worked at times up to 2 a.m. when she needed much more money, because the more you worked, the more you had money, and the lesser you worked, the lesser you had money. So it was as simple as that. And the workers usually worked extra hours without being asked for because they knew that's how they are going to be earning a lot of money. And it also helped them treat the clients very well, be nice to the clients, because they knew the more they seduce the clients, the more those clients are going to be choosing them next time when they visit that salon. And that's how each of them focused on building a client base that used to request them to work on them once they visited that salon. So such strategies actually make workers to work more because they know the more they work, the more they earn. Literally meaning that it really motivates them and brings about efficiency at your workplace. And that strategy made that man to relax so much so that he knew that he doesn't have to be worried chasing any worker, because the less you work, the less you are paid. So basically, when he came to his workshop and found a worker lazing about, he didn't just care because that worker was actually doing that on their own detriment. Do you guys get the point? So just remove that salary guarantee, okay? Another option or a compromise that I'm going to be proposing here, if you find this one too harsh for your workers, another compromise that I would suggest is pay them a minimum wage and let them earn the rest of the money as commission on what they would have brought in. Let's say you estimated their services at your company or shop at about $1,000 per month, okay? So what you are going to be doing is you could be paying them $500 as fixed salary every month and let them earn the rest from the percentage of what they are going to be bringing into the company. It is as simple as that, okay? Because honestly, I am sorry to say this, African workers at times take things for granted a lot. And if you aren't really strict with them with such things, they are going to be taking you for granted and you are going to be losing money, okay? You didn't start up a business to be losing money. You didn't start up a business not to make profit, did you? And the good thing is that if you are a diasporan and you live abroad, you could still manage your workers very well with this system, okay? This system is very, very effective and I have seen it for myself that it really works. That leads us to our next point, which is customer service. Yes. Pay keen attention to your customer service. Don't take anything for granted, okay? Be very strict with them at the beginning by setting rules to be followed, okay? Don't let them feel too free to do as they please. Don't let them get too comfortable. I am not saying that you should go about terrorizing your workers. No. Far from that, okay? I simply mean that don't be too much of a Christmas mama or Christmas papa with your workers, if you know what I mean, okay? Try to create a balance, because once you start laughing too much with them and familiarizing too much with them, they don't know how to set boundaries anymore. That's how they start crossing boundaries, and at times they would even forget that you are the boss. So be very strict when it comes to the respect of your clients, okay? Let them know that the client is king, okay? We say in French here in Cameroon that le client est roi. Let them know that the client is king, and no arguments when it comes to that. Let them respect the clients and avoid talking back at clients, because they are very poor when it comes to customer service with clients. I'm sorry to say that. We've had all sorts of horrible experiences when it comes to customer service, okay? At times a client will get into your shop and maybe greets. Just for the worker to respond to a client, it's a problem, okay? Some workers talk to clients and they don't smile. They talk to clients and frown as if the clients are maybe disturbing their peace or something, or the clients are a nuisance to their enjoyment or whatsoever. You find yourself asking yourself if they came here for enjoyment or they came here for work. So there are a lot of things that if you don't pay keen attention to and become very strict, you are going to be losing money, because they are unfortunately going to be driving away clients from your business. Like I said, I am not going to be sugarcoating anything in this video because I want a change. And if all of us take action against such things, there will certainly be a change. There are times you would get into a restaurant and no attention is paid to you at all. You would have to call for the service and wait, and basically need to stand up from your chair and go after them for them to serve you. No one is coming to ask, oh madam, please, what's your order? What would you like to get? No one is doing that for you. And it's so frustrating to customers, okay? Most times you will notice that the person who is actually very polite and serviceable towards you is often the owner of that structure. Some workers, especially the girls, go as far as asking the client to look for change, okay? They will tell you that they don't have change. You would pay for your consumption or for your service, and they are going to arrogantly tell you that they don't have change and that you should go look for it and come and give them their money. They are so rude and unconscious. So please, I can't emphasize on this enough, okay? If you are setting up your business in Africa, make sure that your customer service is top notch, because that's the only way you're going to be having clients coming back to your business structure, okay? And this exactly leads us to our next point, which is sign a contract with your workers, okay? Get a contract drafted with all the terms you want your workers to abide by, and get them to sign the contract before starting work with you, okay? Let me tell you why. A lot of workers are so loose and take their jobs for granted because they don't have a contract signed, okay? At times they go to the extent of misbehaving because they know that they don't have any contract signed with you. And you at the other end, you can't really take some drastic measures because you know that you didn't get them to sign any contract with you. So it gives room for a lot of misbehaviors from workers. So the easiest way to avoid misbehaviors is to get them signed a contract, okay? You could either go, depending on you, for a definite contract or an indefinite one, depending on your preferences, okay? But whatever the case, make sure to sign a contract with them. I remember this celebrity in Cameroon recently who had this issue with her workers, and she had to actually close down her restaurant because of the workers who basically ruined her. They basically took her to bankruptcy in a blink of an eye just because she didn't have contracts signed, okay? Her restaurant was actually making sales, okay? It was booming, customers were coming in all the time, but she wasn't seeing the money. What happened is customers were coming in and actually consuming, okay? They were buying the drinks and everything. But what her workers did is they, at a certain point, started buying their own drinks and selling their own drinks in her restaurant. So basically making their money from her business structure and leaving her with little or no penny while they are pocketing all the income that's coming in. And when she would come for inventory, she wouldn't really see anything missing, but she would be wondering, what are those numerous customers she sees entering her restaurant actually consuming when she isn't seeing the money, okay? So a lot of investigation went on, and it was discovered that the guys were actually selling their own drinks in her restaurant. So do you see how Machiavellic some workers could be? People started reacting over that on social media, and I saw comments like some of her workers would leave her workplace and go out hustling somewhere else, claiming that they need more money to take care of themselves and all the like. And I was like, all right, I understand why this is going on. This is actually going on because there were no contracts signed. From the beginning, always draft a contract with all your terms and conditions and let them abide by them, because once someone is signing a work contract, it simply means that person is agreeing to everything written on it. So if you don't want your workers, for example, to work for another person or work somewhere else during your working hours, you have to get that written down and get them to sign it, because that's the only way you are going to be protecting yourself and also making them to respect those clauses. Once workers know that they've not signed any engagement towards you, what obligation do they have then to be loyal to you? There's none, I guess so, right? We agree on that, there's none. So make sure to always not skip that stage of contract, because that's a trap a lot of people fall into, okay? I've seen a lot of diasporans complaining that their businesses are not doing well in Africa because they are not there. No. As a business person, being in the diaspora doesn't stop you from investing in Africa. Once you have them sign a contract, they are going to be respecting it whether you are there or not, okay? You simply need to make sure you have a manager here who manages your workers, and the manager equally has a contract signed, and that manager equally has terms and conditions by which they are abiding by. So if you sign a contract, there's no way you're going to be having any headaches, because once workers know that they've signed a contract and that if they go against that contract, you are going to be pursuing them or you're going to be suing them, they are going to take things seriously. So when you sign those contracts with them, another thing I would advise you do is set an example on the very first person who is going to falter, okay? Once any person goes against those rules in your contract, make sure you take action. If it is stated in your contract that any worker who doesn't come to work for maybe 3 days straight without a permission granted to them is liable to be fired or is liable to any sanction, make sure you apply it, okay? Any first worker who is going to do that, make sure you sanction them accordingly. If that worker deserves to be fired, go ahead and fire them, because that's the only way you are going to make the others align. Once you set an example on any worker who goes against the rules, the others are going to align, because they are going to know that you are a person of your word and that you don't take your business for granted. And that's how they are going to align if they want to work with you, okay? So let's assume you guys had a definite contract of maybe a year for them to work with you for a year. They are going to be obliged to respect those rules for that year. After that year, if they are not satisfied with working with you, let them resign, let them terminate the contract, and it is fine, okay? There's no problem with that. When you are a business person, you shouldn't be scared of doing the right thing that's going to protect your business, because those are often the things those workers hang on to misbehave and expect you to tolerate their misbehaviors, not knowing that those are the things that end up ruining your business. And don't get me wrong, please. I'm not saying in any way here that you should be terrorizing your workers or be a wicked boss or whatsoever. No, I am simply urging you to be a strict boss, okay? Because experience has shown that people respect and obey stricter boss than smiling bosses, okay? You just need to create a balance, okay? Let them know when to be serious and let them know when to joke around. That said, this equally leads us to our next point, which is practice meritocracy. What I mean by you practicing meritocracy is avoiding recruiting people based on sentiments, based on relationships. Oh, this is my cousin, this is my neighbor's child. No, such things don't have to be any criteria for you recruiting someone to your business place, okay? Let everyone you hire earn their position in your company or business structure, okay? Hire people according to their competence, according to what they have to offer, according to their value, no matter who they are, so long as they can provide what you need or offer you the services you need in your company, go ahead and hire them, okay? It doesn't matter who they are. Don't say that, oh, this is my relative, I can't let my relative. No, you don't need that. You are out to make profit as a business person. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying that you can't hire your relative. What I am simply saying is that if you are to hire any relative, that relative should actually deserve that position. That's simply what I mean. If your relative is a skilled accountant and you need an accountant, go ahead and hire that relative of yours. But if they aren't skilled in accountancy, there's no way you're going to be hiring them to be accounting for your business. Do you guys get the point? Once you are a business person, dealing with family members and friends brings about a lot of problems. It brings about a lot of incompetence in your business because they have this sense of entitlement since they know that they have a personal relationship with you. And the trap is, since you have a personal relationship with them, they feel free misbehaving and you in return don't feel free dealing with them accordingly or sanctioning them accordingly, because you have to consider the fact that you have a relationship with them. And they often have this superiority complex over other workers because they know that they have a personal relationship with you, okay? And that superiority complex makes them to misbehave and at times could mislead the other workers to emulate their bad habits or make them feel discriminated upon because they aren't related to you, okay? And once workers start mixing up everything, that's the beginning of your failure. So if you want to be a good boss and assure the success of your business, avoid dealing with family members or friends who aren't competent for your business. Avoid dealing with them if they don't bring the value you need for your business, okay? So practice meritocracy and you are going to thank me later. And that's why the Chinese, for example, are excelling so well in business, because those are one of the things they practice so much. And we made a video covering that and other things that the Chinese have done to be very successful in business. And I am going to be linking the video somewhere here that you can check right away after this video and learn from those things, because I really want you to make your business a success in Africa. So the next advice here, which is something very important, is no matter the African country in which you are going to be investing, make sure to pay the tax and be problem free, okay? The problem a lot of business people face is that once they think of business, while they are drawing their business plans, they often forget taxes, okay? They never include taxes in their business plan and they start being frustrated from the start, okay? No matter your country, get acquainted to the tax system and make sure to obey that in order to run your business smoothly. A lot of people complain of taxes, but it's simply because from the start, they don't think of taxes and often think of how to evade taxes, which is a very bad practice, okay? Honestly, let's be real. Remember that I told you that I'm going to be very, very raw and direct in this video. A lot of we, the business people, try as much as possible to evade taxes, and it always catches up with us because there's no way you can trick the government. If you didn't know that, now you know. You can never trick the government, okay? So why not just do things the right way and spare yourself the stress? In Cameroon, for example, which is my country of residence, I am going to be taking Cameroon here as an example because that is where I am and I master the tax system. The standard corporate income tax rate is 30% annually for businesses with a turnover of less than 3 billion francs CFA. And with those with a turnover of more than 3 billion is actually 33% annually. And the monthly minimum tax applied on the turnover is generally 2.2%, 3.3%, and 5.5% of turnover based on the tax regime of which your company belongs to. So you just need to master some of those things, and you often have some petty community tax like sanitation tax, billboard tax, advertising tax, and all the like, which are just some monthly things to pay as a business owner. So just try and master all of those things in your country, how they operate, and make sure you do those things even upfront. Like I say, it is proper for you to just do your proper research and incorporate that already in your business plan, at least for the first year of your business. That's actually going to facilitate things for you and make your first year of business stress-free, thereby maximizing your concentration on your business. So the next advice here is for you to charge the real value of your product or service, okay? Once you are sure of the quality of your product and the quality of your service, go ahead and charge whatever you think it deserves. Don't be scared, okay? Don't think that they are not going to be buying, or people are not going to adhere, or people are not going to appreciate it. No, just be confident of your product, okay? There's nothing that sells more than confidence. Once you are confident of the value of your product, you don't joke with how much you charge it, okay? And that's why I love service-based businesses, because with service-based businesses, there's no big margin for people to judge you or complain that, oh, your product is so expensive, these people are selling theirs for this, you're selling yours for this. There's no big room or gap for such comparison, because when it comes to the service world, you have the right to charge your service as you deem it. So service-based businesses always have an advantage. But nonetheless, even if you are selling a product and you know the value of your product, you know the extent to which you've gone with your packaging, you know the extent to which you carefully select your product or carefully manufacture your product, you know the hours of work you dedicated to your product, you know the amount of money you spent to produce your product, you aren't going to be joking with it, okay? Charge that product of yours according to its real value and don't be scared. You might sure face some complaints, but don't let that discourage you, okay? With Africans, it's normal, okay? You should already know by now that Africans are so used to bargain. In fact, don't get discouraged, for they are going to bargain, and at the end of it, they are going to come around. Africans love to complain a lot, so it's normal for them to complain that, oh, your product is expensive, that woman is selling it much more better than you, her prices are good. Yeah, there's no problem, okay? If her prices are good and her product is better than mine, then go and buy from her. Don't you stress yourself for that, because most times they would complain, but they know the value of your product. They are simply teasing you to see if they could get you to accept what they are offering for your product. But if you know the value of your product, stand still, stay put, and they are going to come around. So at this stage, if you are finding value in this video, please go ahead to like this video, because I have noticed that a lot of you enjoy my videos and you drop comments, but most times you forget to like the videos, okay? That's why you would see from the beginning of this video, our statistics that I presented to you of last week showed that you guys actually shared our videos more than you liked them, okay? That thumbs up, that simple thumbs up goes a long way to help our videos, okay? Just from the fact that you share, it indicates to us that you love the videos and you are happy to share with your loved ones, which is something I love and appreciate a lot. But please endeavor to go an extra mile to just like the videos for us, for they are going to help us get more views. So please like this video right away, and at the end of this video, please share it with your loved ones so that a lot of people get to know how to go about succeeding in their business in Africa. So I am going to be giving you a second to do that, all right? I finally gave you 2 seconds, and I guess you've liked the video already. Thanks so much for liking the video, and let's move to the next point. Now, the next point is something that works like magic, okay? For that, you will need to come closer. Have you ever heard of the word free? Make good use of the word free, because there's nothing that works like magic in Africa more than the word free. And I am going to be letting you know why. The trick behind the word free is that when someone knows that you are offering them something for free or an additional something for free, they have this sense of entitlement towards you, okay? It's a psychological trick that you might not know, okay? It works like magic because that person feels they owe you something, okay? And the effect is that they feel that they owe you some sort of loyalty. And who says loyal customers says much more money, because once your customers start being loyal to you, that's how they are going to keep coming back, and you are going to keep making more sales and obviously more profit, which is what every business owner is chasing after. So this is how you can go about it. Have you ever seen people on buses selling things like maybe a certain soap or a certain treatment for toothache or a certain treatment for decaying tooth, and they are going to be saying, buy one and get one free, okay? Basically, the product could cost like, let's say $2, and they are going to tell you something like, this product normally costs $2, but if you give me $2, I am going to be giving you not only one product, but another extra product for free, okay? It works like magic. Once they say that, a lot of people buy, because I've often taken time to observe, when they start talking about the price of the product, a lot of people will be like, anyway, what's new, what's different? They're just like observant and basically indifferent. But once they start saying, buy one and get one free, people start raising their eyebrows, and it brings about curiosity, and they end up making sales. You start getting things like, oh, I think I would like one. I think I would like to. And that's how they sell. By the time they alight from that bus, they must have sold basically half of the products they came with. So it's something that works like magic. So this is another way you could go about with the word free. Give out some products for your customers to test them out for free, okay? Let them know that it's free. They aren't paying anything for it. And like I said, once you are confident of your product, you don't need to be scared. If your product is good as you think it is, be sure to get customers, and they are definitely going to do the promotion for you for free as well, okay? And you are going to be making more sales, obviously. Another good way to go about the word free is just offering some discounts from time to time, okay? You must have probably noticed that at times you aren't really interested in a certain product, but once you hear something like 30% discount, 50% discount, and don't miss now, buy now or subscribe now, you most times will take the action because you don't want to miss that opportunity. You see it as an opportunity to hop on, and you don't want to miss that. Have you ever noticed that? I guess you have. Yeah, it works like magic. And also, another thing you could do to leverage the word free is from time to time do giveaways, okay? People love giveaways a lot because they just feel that it's something that is almost free, because they don't really see what they do as a lot of effort to earn what you are giving them. So it is basically free, okay? With giveaways, at times people just ask people to maybe subscribe or drop a beautiful comment. I'm talking for those who are active on social media. At times, it would have to do with maybe giving an opinion on your product, giving their review on your product, and you are going to maybe pick the best review. That's basically things like that. And people earn cash or services or shout outs as giveaway, and people value them a lot because they are actually free, because they didn't really do anything huge to earn that, and it comes as free. So that's another way you could make good use of the word free. And hey, please, some of you might be raising eyebrows here, maybe thinking that why should I be talking of giving things for free? In life, you need to sacrifice at times. In life, it's not always about making profit. At times, you could lose now and gain in future. So when you are a business owner, you should be thinking of how to maximize your profit in the long run. You should be envisaging where you want your business to be in 3 years' time or in 5 years' time. So at times you mustn't look at the immediate profit you are going to be making, but look at the bigger picture. For even the Bible says, blessed is the hand that giveth than the hand that taketh. So another very important thing to absolutely do in Africa, if you can, is to make sure you have a physical shop, okay? It's true that nowadays businesses are mostly done online and they excel, but most African countries aren't really versed with online business, okay? And this is simply due to a number of reasons that I am going to be enumerating here. But what I want you to know is that if you are planning to set up a business in Africa, also think of having a physical shop, for it is going to go a long way to guarantee the success of your business. This is because most Africans have gotten a lot of bad experience when it comes to buying things online, okay? Especially on apps like Instagram, Facebook, especially Facebook. For even me talking to you right here, I am not an exception, okay? I actually got scammed on Facebook, okay? Until date, whenever I think of it, I just can't believe that I got into that trap, that they actually got me, but they got me, okay? As smart as I thought I was, they actually got me, and I lost a good chunk of money, okay? So a lot of Africans are really scared of that, and I really can't blame them because they've really been disappointed a couple of times. So that's why in Africa, people often like to see the product, touch it, feel it before buying, just to make sure that the quality at times is right, because at times what they see on social media is not exactly what they get once they do the payment. So Africans don't really have that kind of money to be throwing out away and not minding. And also for the fact that in Africa, most Africans, if not all African business owners, don't practice the return system, okay? In Africa, goods are not returned. Once you've bought something, even at the level of services, there's no refund in Africa. Once you've bought a product or you've paid for a service, there's no refund. Whether you're satisfied or not, there's no refund, okay? There's no refund system. Africans don't know that, okay? At times they will even say it to you arrogantly and even brag in the manner with which they talk to you once they are telling you that there's no refund. They do it at times even in an insulting way. So a lot of Africans, to avoid such inconveniences, would prefer to come to a shop, a physical shop, and see the product for themselves before buying, which is very understandable in our context. And when we talk of physical shops in Africa, suitable locations are locations by the roadside. Most businesses in Africa really excel by the roadside because a lot of people are going to be maybe just passing by and stop by your shop and see their product and just buy, okay? A lot of Africans are not really comfortable buying online. And that doesn't mean you are not going to be doing your business online. You simply need to blend the two in the African context, okay? So if you've watched this video till this level, you are the real MVP on this channel, and you actually deserve to get this bonus I am about to give you right now. So this bonus is actually going to be a piece of advice that I think is very necessary for a visionary entrepreneur who is obsessed with succeeding in their business. And what I am talking about here is simply the type of people or company you need to avoid if you want to make your business a success. And this doesn't apply only to African-owned businesses or businesses based in Africa, okay? No matter where you are watching me from, this advice will go a long way to help you. So basically, the type of people you need to avoid as an ambitious business owner or an entrepreneur is people who constantly discourage you, okay? If you have your business idea and you notice that you have this friend of yours or this relative of yours who is constantly discouraging you. Whenever you want to bring business A, they discourage you, or you want to bring idea B, they discourage you. Stay away from them, okay? They aren't good for you. If you are an ambitious person and you want to go far, stay away from such people, because there's no way you're going to be progressing with such a person by your side who is constantly discouraging you and not giving you any better option. Someone who is constantly bringing negative energy on you or bringing negativity your way. Stay away from such people, okay? And the other type of people you need to stay away from are people who have basically no objective. You will notice in your environment that there are some people who basically have no objective, okay? They just live their lives for living sake. They are just like no direction, no objective, no projects, no vision. They are just there basically living their life as the days go by, okay? If today they have something to eat, fine. If tomorrow they have something to drink, fine, okay? People with whom you could just talk about vain things, useless things, nothing constructive, no projects. You can't plan anything with them. They can't bring a plus to your life. They can't give you any business advice or constructive advice or basically anything that could level up your life. They can't do any of those. They are basically just like objects. They have no value to you. They are just there to drain your energy. Please stay away from such people, okay? When we talk of you being an ambitious business person or an entrepreneur, you need to move along with people who have objectives, or at least the same objectives as you do. So if you've gotten the point clearly, I beg to take my leave, as I will see you on my next one.